Hello everyone, welcome to you in this video lecture. In this lecture, we are going to study Coriolis component of acceleration. And here we will prove the existence of Coriolis component of acceleration and what condition this component exists, we will study that. First of all, Coriolis component exists when say this is a mechanism, fixed link is 1, this is the rotating link is 2, link 2 is connected to fixed link 1 by a revolute pair here. Say this is O2, this is O2. So link 2 is connected to fixed link 1 by a revolute pair O2. And this is link 3. The slider is link 3 which is sliding along the link 2. And link 2 has an uniform angular speed omega 2 in counterclockwise direction. Say for this mechanism it is rotating in counterclockwise direction, whereas the link 3 is sliding say with velocity v3 by 2, that is the sliding velocity of the slider or link 3, that is the velocity of 3 with respect to 2, and which is nothing but the sliding velocity. And let us consider the center point of slider at this instant. This is a instantaneously coincident point. Say this point is A, the center point is A, which lies both on link 2 and link 3. So point on link 2 is denoted by A suffix 2, and point which is on link 3, that is denoted by A suffix 3. So this point is a instantaneously coincident point. As the instant changes, the A2 and A3 will shift their position, and at this instant they are coincident. So this is the description. Now say this is at time instant t. This is the instant at time instant t. This is the position configuration of the mechanism at time instant t. Say after time instant delta t, what will be the configuration? Let me draw that. So after an infinitesimal time instant delta t, the time instant becomes t plus delta t. So after an infinitesimal time instant delta t, the instant becomes t plus delta t. So this is the corresponding position of link 2, which rotates in counterclockwise direction and reaches to position here. Now what will be the position of slider? As the slider is sliding, so this will be the position of slider. And now so A2 and A3 are instantaneously coincident. As the instant changes by an infinitesimal time instant delta t, A2 comes to A2 prime, whereas A3 comes to A3 prime. As the slider is sliding towards upward direction, so after time instant delta t, it will move to upward direction and it will reach to A3 prime. Now what is the displacement of point A3? So this is the displacement of point A3. A3 is what? Point A here, which lies on link number 3, and A2 lies on link number 2, and after a time instant delta t, A2 comes to A2 prime and A3 comes to A3 prime. So what is the total displacement of point A3? That is delta A3. What is the value? that is nothing but A3 prime. So shift movement of point A3 to A3 prime, that we can divide into two parts. That is what? A3 A2 prime plus A2 prime A3 prime. So what is this? So this total displacement is what? A2 prime, A2 to A2 prime, then A2 prime to A3 prime, A2 prime to A3 prime. Now A3 and A2 are same, so we can write here, just replacing A3 by A2 prime plus A2 prime A3 prime. Now this is what? Delta A3, this is what? A2 prime. A2 prime is nothing but delta A2. Delta A2 what? Total displacement of point A2. A2 shift from A2 to A2 prime. And this is what? A2 prime A3 prime, that is nothing but relative displacement of 3 with respect to 2. A2 prime A3 prime is what? Relative displacement of 3 with respect to 2, because with respect to 2, point A3 moved from A2 prime to A3 prime. Now if we divide this equation by delta t is the time interval. So if we divide this by delta t, what we will get? I am dividing here, delta t becomes delta t, so this plus will come here and delta t. I have divided both left hand side and right hand side of the previous equation by delta t. So displacement by time is what? Velocity. So VA3, velocity of link 3 at point A3 is equal to what? VA2 plus VA3 by 2. VA3 is what? Velocity of link 3 at point A3. V2 is what? Velocity of link 2 at point A2. And this is relative velocity of link 3 with respect to link 2 at point A. Point A or A2 and A3 are the same because they are instantaneously coincident. So this is the velocity equation, and this velocity equation is correct. This is a correct equation. Now if I try to write the same concept, and we will write, if we write the acceleration equation, then what will be the acceleration equation? Acceleration equation will be AA3 is equal to AA2 plus AA3 by 2. So this is the acceleration equation. Now the question is this correct? The acceleration equation, is it correct? No, this is incorrect equation. So this acceleration equation is incorrect. Why it is incorrect? Because what is this is means relative acceleration of 3 with respect to 2 is what? That is, a observer sit on link 2 and he has experienced this much value. But when these movements, when the movements occur, then if a observer sit on link 2, he or she will miss the transverse displacement. He or she will miss a transverse displacement. What is the transverse displacement? let me write here, this is A3 prime, this point is A3 prime. Now what is the transverse displacement of A3? That is B. So transverse displacement is what? Transverse displacement is A3 prime B. So a observer sit on link 2 will miss this much displacement. He will not experience this much displacement because it is transverse to link 2. This is the position of link 2. Link 2 was vertical. So the transverse displacement is, which is perpendicular to the link 2, that is A3 prime B. So the observer will miss this much displacement. So this much displacement has been missed by the observer sitting at 2. So the relative displacement of 2 with respect to, relative displacement of 3 with respect to 2, this much amount is not correct. This is not correct. So how much extra displacement will be there? Let me write the extra displacement which has been missed by the observer sit on 2 is how much? Let me erase these things. Now I can erase this. So the extra displacement is what? A3 prime B, which is nothing but what? Say this angle is delta theta. So this will be also delta theta. Now A3 prime B is what? A2 prime A3 prime delta theta. S equal to R into theta. So A2 prime A3 prime into delta theta. This much displacement has been missed by the observer sit on link 2. He has been missed this one. So what was the total displacement? We have to add this. Now let me describe what is this amount. Okay. So this amount is how much? So A2 prime A3 prime is what? This is the displacement of link 3 with respect to link 2. Now what is the velocity of link 3, sliding velocity? That is v3 by 2. And what is the time to take this displacement? That is delta t. Because in delta t time interval, the point A3 shifts from A2 by an amount A2 prime A3 prime. So A2 prime A3 prime is v3 by 2 sliding velocity into delta t. And what is delta theta? That is omega 2 into delta t. This is the total angular displacement of link 2 within the time interval delta t. So the total angular displacement will be omega 2 into delta 2. So we can write this omega 2 v3 by 2 delta t square. Now this is a displacement A3 prime B. A3 prime B is a displacement which is proportional to time square, and this much, this into a time square. When is displacement is proportional to time square? When we know the equation, let's say, let me write here, S equal to ut plus half at square. So when the other factor is the acceleration, then the displacement is proportional to time square. Say here the initial velocity is 0. So S equal to what? Displacement equal to half into acceleration into t square. So this displacement, that means this much displacement due to an acceleration. What is the magnitude of acceleration? Half of a is equal to this. So the acceleration which has been missed by the observer seat on link 2 is what? That should be half of acceleration is this. So that acceleration is, let me erase these things because we do not have space. So this acceleration component is nothing but Coriolis component of acceleration, ACO, and that will be what? Half of that is equal to this. So total acceleration 2 into omega 2 into V3 by 2. So as this displacement is due to acceleration, that's why that doesn't affect the velocity equation, but that affects the acceleration equation. That's why this was incorrect, as we have not considered this much transverse displacement which has been missed by an observer sit on link 2. So this component is known as Coriolis component of acceleration, and whose value ACO is 2 into omega 2 into V3 by 2. What is omega 2? Omega 2 is angular speed of the link 2 and V3 by 2 is the sliding velocity. So let me correct this. So this equation has to add ACO. And what is the value of ACO? So the acceleration equation becomes A3 is equal to AA2 plus AA3 by 2 plus 2 omega 2 V3 by 2. So this is the magnitude of Coriolis component of acceleration, 2 omega 2 into V3 by 2. V3 by 2 is the sliding velocity. Now what is the direction of this? The transverse displacement takes place into left hand direction when V is upward and omega is counterclockwise. So let me show the direction of Coriolis component. Say this is omega 2, this is V3 by 2, and this is the direction 2 omega 2 V3 by 2. So this is the direction of Coriolis component of acceleration, because transverse displacement is along left hand side here. Now if the direction of omega 2 and V3 by 2 changes, the Coriolis component will also change. That you can find by finding the direction of transverse displacement. So it is clear now. So the correct equation of acceleration becomes A3 is equal to AA2 plus AA3 by 2 plus 2 omega 2 V3 by 2. This is called Coriolis component of acceleration, and I have also discussed with the direction. Now let me erase those things. Now let me draw another combination. Say omega 2 is along this direction and V3 by 2 is downward direction. Then what will be the position after delta t? This will come here. So the transverse displacement is now right hand side. So when V3 is downward and omega 2 is counterclockwise, the direction of 2 omega 2 V3 by 2 is along this direction. So there will be 4 combination, because we can take 2 direction of omega and as well as 2 direction of V3 by 2. Now I am giving you a rule to remember and to find out the direction of Coriolis component. How to find out Coriolis component, direction of Coriolis component? You can find it by checking the transverse displacement, direction of transverse displacement. But here say this is positive, counterclockwise rotation is positive, and upward direction is positive. Upward direction of sliding velocity is positive and counterclockwise direction of link 2 rotation is positive. then and for Coriolis component which is in the sense of counterclockwise direction is also positive. So one of these, if become negative, this will be along right hand side or in clockwise sense, because here 2 omega v is giving a moment at hinge at counterclockwise. This is positive, so this is also positive. Say now both are negative, then also 2 omega v will be positive. That is, say omega 2 is clockwise direction and this is v 3 by 2, this is also negative and this is also, both are negative, then 2 omega v will be positive. So this is the rule to find out the direction. This is an easy task. Now I am going to explain you a conceptual problem. Hope you have understand Coriolis component of acceleration and its existence. When a slider is sliding on a rotating link, then there will be an extra component which is known as Coriolis component of acceleration. Now let me show you one example. Sorry. I am going to show you 3 instant this is what? This is a quick return mechanism. Fixed link is 1, this is 2, slider is 3 and oscillating link is 4. And say here this angle is 90 degree. This is one instant. Another instant is what? This is another instant. Crank is 2, slider is 3 and this is as 4. Both the cases slider is rotating, crank is rotating in counterclockwise direction. And the next instant is like this. So this is 1, this is 2, is 4. Here it was 90 degree. Say this is 60 degree. The angle between crank and oscillating link, and here it is 180 degree. That is, crank and the oscillating link are overlapped on each other. Now you have to tell, say this is instant A, this is at instant B and this is at instant C. Sorry, this is the rotating direction, say omega 2, this is link number 2. Now you have to say where Coriolis component of acceleration is present and what is the value. Is there any Coriolis component of acceleration? No. Why? Because Coriolis component of acceleration, that is not omega 2 into v, because omega 2 is rotating speed of link 2, but link 3 is sliding on which link? That is sliding on link number 4. So Coriolis component of acceleration will be what? 2 omega 4 v 3 by 4. Because here the slider is sliding on link number 4. So Coriolis component is what? Angular velocity of link number 4, that is omega 4, into v 3 by 4 sliding velocity. Now for case A. Case A, link 2, say this is an instantaneously coincident point A2, A3, A4. So at point A, both three links lie on point A. Point A is lie on link 2 as well as link 3 as well as link 4 at this instant. So what is VA2? And A2 and A3 are always remains coincident. I have discussed in my earlier lectures. So VA2 is equal to nothing but VA3, because this A is nothing but, right now you know also relative instantaneous center. So this center of revolute joint is nothing but relative instantaneous center between 2 and 3. So VA2 is always equal to VA3. Why? Because they always remains coincident. All instant they remains coincident. A2 and 3 always remains coincident. But A4 is instantaneously coincident. So what is VA2 here? VA2 or VA3, which is, if this is 90 degree, so this is the direction VA2 is equal to VA3. Now VA2 is equal to what? VA4 plus VA2 by 4. This is from velocity analysis. Velocity of link 2 at point A is equal to velocity of link 4 at point A plus relative velocity of 2 with respect to 4 at point A. So VA2 is along this direction. What will be VA2 by 4? VA2 by 4 is nothing but VA3 by 4. 3 by 4 is what? That is the sliding velocity. So which is also along the oscillating link 4. So VA2 and VA3 by 4 all are along this link. So and VA4, which is perpendicular to link 4. So if I draw the velocity diagram, let me draw here. This is VA2 is equal to VA2 by 4, and there will be no component perpendicular to this link. So VA4 becomes 0. We have done it earlier. So if VA4 is 0, then omega 4 becomes 0. So at this instant, omega 4 is 0 when crank is perpendicular to the oscillating link. So as omega 4 is 0, the Coriolis component is equal to 0. So when the angle between crank and the oscillating link is 90 degree, there will be no Coriolis component. Now come to this position. Let me erase these things. I will describe you later. B. Now come to C. At position C, what is VA2? This is VA2. 2 is this one and 4 is this to this. So 2 and 4 are overlapped here. And what is the direction of VA4? VA4 is also perpendicular to link 4. This is link 4. So VA4, say this is O2 and this is A2, A3, A4. So VA4 is perpendicular to O2, A4 because this is the link. So both VA2 and VA4 are along this direction. So at this instant, if say VA2 is equal to VA4 at this. So this is nothing but is equal to VA4. And what about VA2 2 by 4, that is 0, because VA 2 by 4 is along this. VA 2 by 4 is parallel to O2A4. This is the sliding velocity. VA 2 by 4 or VA 3 by 4, they are same. So VA 2 by 4 here is 0. So if VA 2 by 4 is 0, that is sliding velocity of slider at this instant 0. So at this instant, when crank and the oscillating link 4 are overlapped on each other, at that instant the sliding velocity is 0. So if sliding velocity 0, 2 omega 4 V 3 by 4, 3 by 4 is nothing but V2 by 4. So Coriolis component is V4 V2 by 4. So here V2 by 4 0. So Coriolis component at C is 0. So ACO is 0. Coriolis component at this instant, when crank and oscillating link overlapped on each other or angle between them is 180 degree, then Coriolis component is 0. Because at this instant the sliding velocity of the slider is 0. Link 4 having omega 4, because omega 4 is nothing but VAO4 by O2A4. So omega 4 is non-zero. We have omega 4, that is non-zero, but VA 3 by 4 or 2 by 4, this part is 0. So Coriolis component is 0. Now let us come to this intermediate position. Here what happens? Let me erase these things. This is nothing but an understanding. We have done these things in velocity analysis. So VA2, if this is O2A, say this is O2, which is perpendicular 90 degree. Now what is VA2? What is VA4? This is VA4. So this is VA4, direction of VA4, and VA2 is perpendicular to O2, A2, A2, A3, A4. So VA2 is perpendicular to O2, A2, and VA4 is perpendicular to, if this is O4, O4, A4. So if the angle between crank and oscillating link is 60 degree, then angle between their normal will also be 60 degree. So let me draw here. So this is VA2 and say this is VA4.